following show is a paid program.
How you doing today? We have the infamous Denice Noir with us. I'm telling you, star of Ready to Love, The Last Resort, Season 3, model, actress, and producer. Hey, lady, how are you?
Hey, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited.
Wow, I'm so excited. Thank you for having me here. This looks nice. Okay, I done gave up.
I am so excited to talk to you. I started reading about you. I started finding out. I looked at Ready to Love, but I wanted people to know the other things about
I
you.
know. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
it's such
absolutely.
an honor to be here. Wow.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You were born in Houston.
Well, actually, I was born in Louisiana.
Okay.
So I'm a military baby.
Okay. And got to Houston?
And we moved to Houston.
Right.
We moved to Fifth Ward.
Yeah.
Then Mom just wanted to move on up.
Yeah.
So we moved to the north side.
Right.
So I was raised in, grade school on the north side in Acres Home. I went to Eisenhower High School. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, so, yep. I'm a Houstonian.
Absolutely. We got to do a shout out to Grambling State because they've already said
Grambling State University, what's going on? Where everybody is somebody.
I'm telling you something.
My HBCU.
Absolutely,
Love them.
Absolutely. They said I had to do a shout out.
You had to give that Grambling.
I was going to get in trouble if I didn't do that one.
Oh, you was going to get a phone call. You was going to get a phone call.
Now, as I was reading, how did we go to Grambling to New York, though? Wow.
Well, first and foremost, a lot of people don't know that I'm a track head. I was running track since the 7th grade.
Right.
And my mom was like, you're going to do something during the summer because you're not going to eat up all my food during So she got me in sports, and I broke my leg in the 7th grade. I needed something else to do, and I threw shot put, discus, javelin, and the hammer. 6-time national champion in summer track, and Grambling seen me.
Right.
Went to Grambling, came back home. Mom said, you need to do something with your life. I want to model act, and I left and went to New York. And I grew up in my 20s in New York. I did the modeling, the acting, the Essence magazine, the Rip the Runway, all of that,
Right.
And there birthed Denice Noir.
Wow.
Yes.
But the thing about it, I love that you're speaking about that, but there was a journey along the way.
It was a journey.
Especially leaving from Houston to this big city of New York. Fast, moving, all day, 24/7.
I know. Well, when you have a passion and a goal and a dream about yourself, you are determined.
Yeah.
And I did that. I was, I don't want to say I was in odds with my mom, but, I was in transition of finding my womanhood, what I wanted to do in life. And my mom was like, you need to figure it out. You need to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So I just said, I'm going to model. I'm going to act. I wanted to do something worth my personality and the lifestyle, just who I am.
Right.
And I just left. I left with 3 bags, no clothes, my shoes, my clothes, okay?
Right.
And I just had $200 in my pocket, and I said, I'm going to be somebody. I left. I was homeless. I had a lot of stuff happening to me. I got hit by a car on the way to the Essence. And it's just a journey. It's a whole story. But the one thing that I've gotten out of it was to never give up.
Wow.
Never give up. And I'm on the Cam Hill show. I ain't give up.
I
just
that.
Went through so much. And,
Right.
I was still determined to, I'm going to make my mark.
Right.
I had a higher goal for myself.
Right.
I did that.
As you, and this is a question I've always wanted to know. As you go from Houston and you're going to New York, they find out, okay, you're from Houston, right?
Yes.
They already know this is a fast-paced life.
Yes.
How do you keep up? How do you
a lot
keep
of crying.
up?
I'm not gonna tell you. I just ask for the Spirit to just guide me, protect
absolutely.
me,
Absolutely.
give me the knowledge, give me the right path to go. I know I'm
Right.
gonna make mistakes. I
Yeah.
know I'm not perfect, but honor me the word to keep going.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what I did. So it was tough, but I got through it. I cried, I fussed.
Right.
Fussed at some people I probably shouldn't have. But you're fighting to not give up, and you're fighting to not go to what you were used to.
Right.
Because when you go back there, you're miserable. You're not doing what you wanted to do, what you
Right.
desired to do, and you just become this person. I didn't want to become that person.
Right.
So I pushed myself. You can push yourself, and I'm here now.
Absolutely. I looked at that, and then it's 5 years during this time. Rip the Runway on BET New York City.
5 years. Well, first, you got to crawl before you walk.
Right.
I wouldn't
Let's
just
go
get it,
back. Yeah.
So what I did was, and I'm not going to lie, I met a girl, Amina Benjamin,
Yeah.
and I'm going to shout her out because she gave me my opportunity to rip the runway. She was like, well, just come to the audition. Let me just see. And I did my thing. I was rusty, but she believed in me, and I became a bumper. And a bumper is just, a model that just shows like fashion that's not forward, just And then the second year I walked one time. Then the third year I walked twice. Then I walked for TI. Then I walked for, So I gradually worked my way up.
Right.
Those 5 years.
Right.
So the fifth year made me, kind of popular in it. So it was fun.
But I love what you said. You showed up. That's one thing.
You show up.
The first thing is showing up.
Yes.
Now, you got a lot of no's on a lot of things.
A lot.
Rejection, that I find out, we have fear of rejection. Huge fear of rejection.
Huge fear.
That first no, we stop. We go back to where we were, and we don't start anymore.
We don't start anymore.
We don't.
You
just
have
keep
to
going.
work past that first no. Know that you are. How can I say? Just one no shows that your yes is coming.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If you can understand what I'm saying, that first no knows that your yes is coming. So you keep going because that yes is going to be there, because every year, every no that you've gotten, okay, I'm going to perfect what happened this time.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to keep doing that. And all the no's that you have perfected, your yes is here. And then it's going to be yes after that, yes after that, yes after that. You just grow.
You do. You do.
You take it. You take your no's like a champ and be like, you know what? I'm going to work on what I need to fix.
Right.
And then keep going.
I love that.
Yeah.
An actress.
Yes.
Look at that. How did that come about?
Well, everyone knows that anyone that knows me know that I keep them laughing.
Right.
I'm funny. I still don't take no smack, but I'm still funny and loving and everything. And I just wanted to convey it in a way that makes sense for me in my life and my life journey. Right. And being funny, acting, portraying different characters and stuff, I love that. And I love writing about it and creating shows about it. Wow. So I would wake up 4:00 in the morning to do that.
Right. Yeah. Right. And you knew at that time that that's what you wanted to do.
Because the first thing that makes you smile, once they say, think about what you want to do the rest of your life. Right. And if that moment made you smile, that's what you're supposed to do.
Wow.
When you think about what you want to do, not what you don't want to do, the first thing that makes you smile, that's what you go for. And entertainment makes me smile.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Just in doing that and looking at that, I love what you say, because 40 million people are unemployed.
40 million people are unemployed.
Yeah. And they all have dreams. Everyone has a dream.
They all have dreams. You think about what makes you smile, and you perfect that and go towards that, and do not give up, because I'm a product of not giving up.
Right.
I've been counted out so many times.
Right.
And I never gave up. My mom can tell you, I moved from New York, then I moved to LA. My 30s in LA. Right. 5-6 years in LA. Right. On a different path. So I did never give myself, to me, the way I see it for my life, is I don't give myself a plan B. Right. Because when you give yourself a plan B, You're allowing yourself mentally to know that your plan A is going to fail. You see what I'm saying? So
Now that's good. That's good right there.
yeah. And you just have different things in your plan A that you work on. My plan A is acting, boom, I did that.
Right.
Modeling, boom, I did that.
Yeah.
Inside of my plan A.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like a host.
Yeah.
And I'm just scratching off all of my plan A's, because if I give myself a plan B, I'm not gonna live my plan A to my to be fulfilled.
Right.
To my fullest capacity. You wanna live to your full capacity.
Right.
Yep.
And then coming from New York, right? And then going to LA.
Yep, I know.
A whole
Got all of them in me, right? I know. I got the East Coast, the West Coast, and my Southern Belle.
Yes.
You can't put me in a box.
Yes.
You can't put me in a box.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
fit.
Yes, yes,
I don't
yes.
fit.
Law and Order. Wow.
Yeah. Law and Order,
You know, we do marathons on
I
Law
mean,
and
you
Order. We
listen,
just leave it
I
on.
already know. I'm trying to remember the episode in the season. Because that was back in 2005. I'm old. But I think that was Law and Order. It was Law and Order CSI.
Yes.
I don't know what season. I don't know. I can't remember the episode, but I remember I was a governor's wife.
Yes.
And I was accommodating him to a ball, the bill of the ball. So I was there.
Right.
And that's Law and Order.
Law and Order.
But my biggest thing was Essence Magazine and Source Magazine.
Let's talk about it.
New York was my model days.
Yes. Yes.
So I did Essence Magazine.
Yes.
And let me tell you about perseverance. I got hit by a car on the way to my Essence Magazine shoot.
What?
I was on my way. And I got hit from the left side. I did a little Tom and Jerry roll over the hood. And I was like, what are you doing? I got a shoe to go to. I was, if I could stay, but I couldn't stay. And I limped and I got on there. And I didn't let anything get in the way, because Essence Magazine is a
Premiere.
Yeah, and I had my own spread.
What?
Yes, so it was the Usher cover 2010. So when you get the Usher and his son, you flip on over to page 93. I'm on there. I know the page.
Exactly. And so what we'll do while we're talking about that, just end up with the next, when we come back, we'll talk about how you started, but Essence on page 93, right? Let's say it again.
It's at page 93, Essence, page 93. 2010, a collector's edition with Usher on the cover.
Good. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. I want to hear more about this.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Move up at Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT4 Luxury Collection for only $319 a month. The new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $399 a month. Both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase either and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months plus bonus cash. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. Ron Carter Cadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Amazing things for you.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Thank you so much, family, for coming back. Man, I'm so excited. I'm sitting up here talking to Denice. And let's start back. We were talking about the Essence spread, but she was telling me about the Source magazine. Yes. That's how it started. Let's just go back a little bit.
How it all started was with Source magazine.
Yeah.
Wow. Excuse me. Well, that story is kind of touching because, like I said, that was 2006. I was a year in.
Right.
And yeah, for some reason, life happened.
Yes.
I'm there by myself. And you know, when you're going after your dreams, you know, you can't bring everybody with you. It's a life journey that you have to go through for yourself. Can nobody go through it with you? I was at a point where I was homeless.
Yeah.
Didn't know where I was going.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm just going to learn the train system. So I sat on the train. I think this was like the 2 train or something. And I heard these girls. I had my little Samsung flip phone, you know. So these 2 girls was talking like, you know, I'm going to go to this audition. We're going to rock this out the box, girl. You know, just talking. And I'm sitting here listening in my head. I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing to do, so I'm going to go. I had nothing to do. I was going to go. So I left right when they didn't know. Told the person at the door, yes, I'm here for the audition. Okay, do you have your card? Oh, my battery's dying. Come on, I'm 21, so I'm gonna say anything to get in there because I'm dying to come out, right?
Right.
So he let me right on up. I went up there and I did my little, my little things that they wanted me to do, measurements and everything. And then 30 minutes later, they called me back and said, we want you to be on the shoot. I left out of there not knowing where I was going. And I had $20 to my name.
Wow. Wow.
When you think outside of the box, when you do something that's not ordinary on how to get there.
Right.
Because like I said, I listened to some girls.
Right.
Girls talk about going to an audition. And I just went. But it shows when, you beat the odds, and when you're destined for it, you're going to get it,
right,
no matter what. There's nothing nobody can take that away from you. 30 minutes later, I left, and it was 3. I didn't know it was 3 pages until I got there. I was like, cool, $2,500, I got something.
Right.
It turned out to be 3 pages. So that put me on a whole nother level.
Wow.
And I just was like, yes.
And the actual magazine in itself was a different level, right?
Yes.
The
magazine was a collector's item with Ice Cube on the cover. So that was the 100th edition.
Right.
Yeah. And I did the fashion from the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s in there. So you go there. I think that's page 90-something too. I'm in the 90s.
Right.
And 3 pages.
Yeah.
92, 93, 94, something like that.
I wanted you to tell that story because I read it too. I read the story.
Yeah.
And I wanted you to say it because just think about God and placing you there. At that time, had you not been there 10 minutes before or 10 minutes later, those young ladies not going to be there.
Absolutely.
You weren't going to be able to hear what they were saying, and he made you clearly hear what they were saying.
You couldn't hear nothing else.
And you, at that time, had to decide, am I going to take this leap?
It's in that moment when you know God is talking to you.
Right.
He don't talk directly to you like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? He will put things in your vision.
Yes.
And if your vision is clearer, you're not going to be able to see. And if your ears are cluttered, you're not going to be able to hear.
Right.
So I was open. When I say I'm open, I'm talking about my chakras, they're all open.
Yeah.
I'm hearing stuff, feeling stuff, they're all open.
But you went there.
Yes, and I went there.
You were able to go up there. At that time, 30 minutes later, they're calling you back. You have $20 in your pocket.
$20, and that is a testimony that faith without works is dead.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
At that moment.
At that moment, and I called my mom. She was like, all right, well, let me go and buy up the rack.
Yeah, exactly.
And she did. She bought up the rack.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that was a proud moment for her because she's like, oh, my baby. I'm the baby.
Right.
And my baby. She's in the magazine.
Yeah.
It was
and
shocking
Source
for her.
took you to Essence.
Source took me to Essence.
How did they see you?
Essence seen me. That's a good question. Ooh. Essence seen. I went to an audition.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. Yes,
Yes.
I went to an audition. It was a free. I mean, not a free, but it was a open call. Go
Right.
see. Went there, did my measurements. 3 months later, they called me back
Right.
and said we would like for you to come for the spread. And then I was like, okay,
Wow.
next.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it was starting to pick up. It just shows that if you go face forward, open, God first,
yes.
the doors are going to open
Wow.
that are designed for you. Because we may want to open so many doors, but that door might not be good for you. So you open up. He opens up doors that are good for you.
Absolutely. 2016, you moved to LA.
2010.
10, you moved to LA. Okay.
Yes, 2010, I moved to LA. You know, we might need a shot. Because LA is a whole nother ballgame. I went in head first and opened again.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I've mastered my plan A, which was Rip the Runway for 5 years.
Yeah.
I've done my magazines. I said I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
My next goal is getting in TV shows.
Right.
And writing shows and
Yes.
creating shows.
Yes.
And I've done that.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So I saw that you created TV series, The Real Hollywood Grind in Brooks. Blocks.
So, wow. After being on set on a couple of things, because I want to talk about Mad Men.
Yes.
I did Mad Men.
Yes.
That was one of my big things that I've done in LA. And that lets you know the doors are open for you. You just have to go and put yourself there.
Yeah.
You know, you got to place yourself there.
Yeah.
So I met some people and we just politicked and we just started. Things didn't work out and I had to regroup and revamp and I came up with The Real Hollywood Grind. We show you the ins and outs and what it takes to make it in Hollywood, from the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I love
So
that.
it was 5 women from all walks of life, and we came together, overcome obstacles, and we tackling the grind of Hollywood.
Right.
One was I noticed the Cam Hill show.
That's okay.
One was an escort. One was a was a model.
Right.
One was a health physician in tackling each and everything
Right.
in the world,
Right.
from medicine to sports to girls and
Right.
just
Absolutely.
things.
Yeah.
And colorism, of course.
Right.
And unfortunately, life happens. I don't want to say put that on hold, but the doors are opening, as
Right.
they go.
Right.
And yeah, I did Blocks. I came back home and I created Blocks. And Blocks is about 5 track teams competing to be number 1.
Yeah.
And the Dragon track team, which I'm a coach for.
Yeah.
My mom's team, everybody know. And these kids, oh my gosh. I don't have any kids, but it's so much personality, and I created and designed a way to tell their story.
Wow.
To show kid bosses.
Yes.
Instead of them saying, I want to be like LeBron. LeBron is 32 years old. Don't get me wrong. LeBron is loved. But when you're 5 years old, you want to see a guy that's doing, a kid that's doing exactly what your son is doing.
Right.
And overcoming it.
Right.
So we have a kid. I coach a kid. He's with special needs and he has, a special arm. I don't treat him no different.
Right.
So other kids out there might look at him and be like, well, Mom, I can do what he's doing.
Right.
Got him in shot put.
Really?
He's in shot put, and he was on the team. He was winning third. He didn't care about that. I was like, "You need me to do?" He's like, "I got it." So, oh, okay. Well, go pick that ball up there since you got it.
Right.
These kids are. I designed a way to show their personality.
Right.
Their how driven they are. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Because there's kids are just so. They have so much personality, and it's like somebody needs to show them.
Right.
Show them in their light. instead of trying to adopt a life for them.
I'm glad you said that about kids. What, as far as parents, you know, especially now that we have COVID and a lot of children are inside, they are online at school and things like that.
Right.
What would you suggest or what would you tell parents if they see something like this, a talent that these children have that they want to do? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I'm not a parent, but I'm an adopted parent. I got 13 kids, and I got like 12 nieces that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as a parent, I would say, and I just look back at from my parents and how they were with me, to pay attention to that.
Right.
Because that's when they're at their highest potential and their highest emotion. They're excited about that. So if she loves to dance, put her in dance and listen to them.
Right.
Don't count them out like they don't know what they're doing when they do.
Right.
You know, kids out there, they love running track. It hurts during the track practice, but when they go and compete, you see a whole nother kid. You see these kids, it's amazing. The resilience they have in working out, focus, and we have a little at-risk kids, but we're all parents to them.
Right.
And a lot of the kids, their parents went to school with me.
Yeah.
So we go fuss at you. We go fuss at your kids. Yeah. Don't get them in line. But, you know, it's all out of love.
Absolutely.
It's a community love thing, sport, track team. It's amazing. Wow. I grew up in the Dragons, so you know.
Did.
I did.
Oh, how did Dragons come? That's your mom's?
Yes, my mom's, my brother, my dad, me. Yep, my mom put me in the summer track team when I was 7.
Yeah.
And she just branched off and family decided to create their own team.
Right.
And we've just been thriving ever since.
Wow.
We have 3 branches. The North Side, we have the 5th Ward Davis, and we have Fort Bend Dragons. So we've expanded.
Right.
You're going to see us in another state soon.
Oh, look
You're
at
gonna
that.
See, oh, you know.
That is so good. That is so
Yeah.
good, the Dragons. I love that.
Yes.
And you've coached them. How long? How long is the coaching have you done?
Well, since I've been back, you know, I don't want to say that I'm like the full-time coach because, you know, I have a life too. I'm young. I'm still young, you know. And my kids know that.
Yeah.
But I think I would say about 4 or 5 years. I've always been coaching throughout the years because that's just my thing with my family. So I'm going to give back regardless.
Right.
But I would say full on, strong, more committed, I would say about 3 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I still have a life, you know,
Absolutely.
but I always give back.
And I'm glad you said that. So many people have asked and want me to ask the question about love. Love.
What?
Ready to love, the last resort.
Yes.
They just really, most of the people are asking the question about love in 2021. Well, really 2020 going into 2021 now.
Okay.
And what do you think about it on a woman's side, from women, the aspect from women?
Going in now?
Just the understanding about being single and then just seeing love.
Well,
Why do we, I think it's more or less for women, what are you looking for?
what are you looking for?
Absolutely. What are women looking for? What do you really want?
Well, I can't speak for all women because,
Yes,
you know.
absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
for me, I'm open. Just someone that's authentic with me.
Right.
I know I'm quirky, and I just want my quirkiness to fuel your fire.
I like it.
You know, but
Yeah.
I'm just someone that's trustworthy,
Yeah.
compassionate, understanding, loving, loyal, respectful.
Yeah.
You know, and just to treat a lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be sweet to me. You know, talk
Is it
nice
hard to
me.
find? You think it's hard to find?
Well, I'm not looking. I'm
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
Because he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
That's the truth.
So I'm open, and whoever God designs and desires for me,
Yeah.
he's gonna have a long-lasting, everlasting love,
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
a fun love.
Fun love.
Yes.
I love that. Along the way, what have you learned along the way, this journey?
What I've learned along the way is you can't be nobody else. Just be you. You know, some women, and I'm gonna say all, want to fit in. They do what every other woman is doing. I'm different. I love my hair short. Okay, you ain't gonna find me with a whole bunch of pieces in my head all the time. I'm natural, spontaneous. Just when you are yourself, I think the energy that's for you is gonna naturally come.
Absolutely.
But you have to love and be okay with being by yourself, loving yourself, date yourself. Take yourself out to eat. Take yourself shopping. Tell yourself that you look good. You look good. You feel good.
Right.
You smell good. Because when you're in your moment, that energy is going to feel that and be like, man, I want to be next to that. And not in the sense of being conceited, but you're confident, like, you know what, I'm getting myself together because this man, when he come for me, look, he finna get all kind of, you want to be at your fulfillment. Yeah. You want your cup to be running over, and I want to give whoever it is all of this. You get all the stuff that's running out. Right. I'm good at the top. And I think that's why I'm okay with not having children. Yeah. Some women beat themselves up because they give themselves a time limit. Right. I don't have any kids. Oh my God. God designed you to be who you are, how you are right now. And I'm okay with that. Right. I'm okay.
You did very well in looking back. And we'll talk about some of this just a little bit. You went through abuse, and you spoke about that very candidly in some of the periodicals and things that I said. Why so?
Well.
And we'll just talk a little. And we'll go on.
No, it's okay, because I'm strong enough to talk about it. It's okay. I just get a little nervous. Yeah. But I was in a moment where I was open and I wanted love. Yeah, absolutely. I was feeling, I don't want to say lonely, but I was like, okay, well, I'm ready. I'm going through this. Yeah. Met a guy. He was familiar because he was from home. Right. I felt like it was familiar. All I can say is see them in all 4 seasons. Yes. See them in all 4 seasons of your life, of their life, and then that'll determine, if this is somebody you would want to deal with for the rest of your life. Absolutely. Because there's hidden skeletons, there's hidden things that they're battling that they take out on you, and that's where I was. Yeah. I'm assuming, well, I'm not even going to assume, I just know that, this person was a narcissist. Right. At his full capacity, and I just took advantage of someone that was open and was, loyal and all that, and
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I'm glad you're speaking on that, because there's a lot of young ladies that are looking like that are going through it now, and unfortunately they don't know how to get out. They've seen the red flags, they know what's going on, but many times it's financial. They have children, they just don't know where to go. Yeah. A lot of times, because you're just in a vulnerable state, and you just don't know how to get out. You've told family, you've told friends, or they've seen it, right? Absolutely. They've either said you must want it to happen to you, or you would get out. They don't know while you're in it.
They don't know while you're in that moment. And
it's
you're in that. It's difficult, because
those
were things that I was battling.
Absolutely.
Financially,
absolutely.
Just moving there. Yeah. I ain't got $5,000, $10,000 to go and pick up and go. You don't have that. Reality hits. Exactly. So as I was trying to make my plan out, this person sensed that. Right. And did what they did. Right. And it got to the point where I passed out. Yeah. And I almost lost my life. Right. So at the heat of the moment, I'd take your kids, take your family, get in a car. If all you got is a car and bags, you got a car, and go sleep by a gas station right in front of the light. Right. Right where somebody, and then figure it out. The first thing you want to do is just leave. Right. Just leave. Yes. And you can figure all that out afterwards, because then you still have your life and nothing crazy is happening. So absolutely, just leave. That's it. Get the willingness and desire to leave.
That's it, right there. We'll be right back on the Cam Hill Show with Denice.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
I'm a part of the prenatal care club now, taking all my STD tests.
Did you know your doctor's required by law to test you 3 times for syphilis and HIV?
Yes, my husband and I are making sure I get all 3 tests.
Good. Testing is the key to preventing congenital syphilis.
And good prenatal care is your first labor of love.
Glad to hear your husband is so involved.
Thank you. Yes, taking all my STD tests for syphilis is important to both of us. My prenatal promise is to prevent a stillbirth or miscarriage. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Amazing things for you.
Move up at Ron Carter Cadillac with the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection with standard third-row seating for just $459 a month for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months plus $1,750 bonus cash. At Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway. Test drive the new 2021 Escalade today at Ron Carter Cadillac.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey family, we are back with Miss Denice, and we were just sitting here and we were talking about some things. Let's talk about in our own race colorism.
Oh.
Our own race. This is something.
Yes, I know.
Dark skin, light skin, all of this. Yeah.
You have to do that. You
Yeah.
have to take a deep breath.
You do.
Well, I think it's a disease and it's a sickness that people have just adopted.
Yeah.
Because you cannot possibly think our ancestors would want us to fight against each other.
Right.
What kind of behavior was that was taught to you and your family to allow that to be okay within yourself?
Right.
I wasn't raised like that. I was raised to love all.
Right.
Black, white, Asian, Indian. I grew up with all dynamics. I had a white family right across from me.
Right.
That was my family. And I was there. They fussed at me at the same. So I never grew up knowing or understanding what colorism was in my neighborhood. But I felt it at school, but not in my actual closeness.
Right.
Here, like I said, I just think it is an adopted and a learned behavior that people are just taking on. So, and of course, I've been hit with that as well.
Right.
So,
And queendom is a thing that we're really trying to push, especially for National
Women's Day.
Yeah, Women's
National
History.
Women's Day.
The history of women
Yep.
During March. And I see so many women, unfortunately, amongst their own race being hit like that.
Yeah. It's a sad thing.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing.
And we see it in Hollywood. We see it as actresses. You're a producer. You've seen it in modeling all the way.
All
just
the time.
yes, all the time.
You just, as for me, as a woman in this business, you have to manipulate your mind. The backwards side of what society say. If you can understand what I'm saying. It's like when somebody tells you you're not, you are.
Right.
That's manipulating your
Yes.
mind when somebody says you're too dark. No, I'm just right.
Right.
I don't know what you talking about.
Right.
When you know who are the true creators of the land, you would know.
Right.
But
Right.
you have to give yourself that extra push. And I get a lot of women in my inboxing me,
Right.
DMing me saying, Denice, you've stood so resilient, your color, your blackness. How did this, how? I'm like, ladies, own it.
Yes.
You are who you are. You are who God designed you to be.
Right.
And you sit right in it. And nobody can ever tell you or change your mind. And if they can, we got to get you back strong.
Right.
What is it that I can do for you to help you get back strong? And if it's me representing dark-skinned women with short hair who are assertive, not aggressive, to represent that, I will. I get a lot of them saying that, and it's okay. Own your sexy, own your skin color, own who you are.
Right.
Because they're out here trying to take it from us anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I would want more women, as well as men, compliment each other. Compliment each other.
Yes. Compliment each other. I give every man a challenge. I challenge you for a week to say something strong and beautiful about your woman peers, your woman sister, friend, cousin, because if we can change that dynamic of the perspective of how men see us, I think we will see ourselves differently as well. Not saying that all men are like that, but we got majority of men that are out here like that. So I challenge for 1 week to just say something wonderful about a woman. It might be uncomfortable. People might look at you crazy, but guess what? No. I'm going to talk about this black woman because she's doing it. Right. Or she's this, she's that. You want to spread the word about that. Absolutely. Spread love, no hate.
Yeah. And ladies, there's another thing from the guy's perspective. When we do this, we're not trying to talk to you always. I'm just saying, hey, you looking good.
Well, sometimes, now hold on. Sometimes that's the attention.
Exactly.
You want my attention.
I was talking about me. Wait a minute.
I know. Right. Well,
I love it. I understand there's one thing. It says my fans love me to talk about my lip color. Let's talk about that.
My lip color today is by Maybelline. Maybelline Risky Red.
Risky Red. Like that. So what is it about the lipstick? You decide, you get up in the morning and you say, hey, you know what?
Lip color I'm gonna wear today. I know, and I have like a big old box, and my best friend Terry can tell you, I got a big old box of just lips, and I'm just sitting there, I'm gonna wear this today. I love lip color. I love it. I love lip color. And today I felt like a red. I want to get my little fox, be a little eye candy.
That is too funny. And looking back just over your life, talking to dreamers that are out there, really, what would you tell them? It's a lot of them. A lot of dreamers. A lot of dreamers, okay? And they have not done their dream. They put their dream, let's just say, behind them for the children, for family, whatever. They're not doing what they know that they want to do and purpose to do.
Well, the one thing that I can say is a dream cannot be seen without an act. A dream cannot be seen without an act.
Yeah.
So until you act, your dream will not be seen. So until you do it, it has to happen unless you do it. So we can't see you unless you act.
Unless you act.
Unless you act on it. If you want to be a writer, write. I'm not perfect in writing. I know I'm not. But my design in here, creativity, is out there. So put it on paper and then act on each thing. Give it detailed on every one and then start scratching off. And before you know it, while you cooking in the kitchen, you done came up with act 1. While you putting the baby to sleep, you done already wrote page 2. So, just put it in act and find a way to master your craft.
Right.
Read, study, do yourself like little examples of what you want to do, and perfect yourself. Right. And that's what I did.
Right.
Yep.
If people were interested in finding casting calls, or if they were interested in finding anything about writing or something, what would they do?
Well, there are different writing tools that you can go online.
Right.
There's a book, I can't remember what this author's name is, but there's a book from it's called From Extra to Booked. From extra to actor. Something like that. Just start getting books towards your craft just to see, and learn how. Get your mental in the state of creating a script, or creating a design that you want to do, or whatever it is that your craft is. You want to study that. For me, I'm a hands-on learner and I'm a visual learner, so I like to watch people and I like to hands-on. Because we got different type of learners out there.
Absolutely.
So I'm a hands-on learner. So I would like to, for acting, I would go out to different auditions, I will go to Google and see what castings there are.
Right.
I'm going to start an acting class.
There you go.
You know.
There you go. And then extras.
Yes.
Extras.
And yeah,
you can
absolutely.
become an extra.
You can become an extra. Yeah.
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 Just to get the feel of being on the set, the feel of the cameras, the feel of the
Absolutely.
lights, the feel of the, just being an extra.
And if you want to if you want to produce,
right.
What do producers do? They create, right?
Yes.
They put things together. So if you're good at putting things together, put what your story is together.
Right.
The who, what, when, where, why, and how. Fill them out. There. I just gave you a jewel.
That's it.
I had to give you a jewel.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Your who, what, when, where, why, and hows of whatever your story is. You answer them questions and you act off that.
Wow,
that is
good.
That is a little tool, a little secret tactic that I've used to create mine. So
yeah, absolutely.
I hope that helps.
That is actually good. I love that. And looking at everything that you've done. Everything.
I've done a lot. Haven't been outside the country yet, but I'm going.
I was going to ask you what's next?
Yes.
What's next?
Oh my gosh, I have so many European fans. I didn't even know.
Yes.
So overseas, you might see me in Madagascar. You might see me in somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wow.
I haven't stopped smiling. I got me over here blushing. I'm just, woo. What's next? What we got to do next?
Exactly. That's it. Miss Denice Noir, my God, all that you have done, all that you are doing, we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so
for the
much.
opportunity.
Be looking out, because I know I have some producers. They're looking to do a show on me, so be looking.
I will. I would definitely keep us posted. Let us know what's going on.
I'm gonna come back.
Absolutely. You always open door. Always.
Yes.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming.
Bye. Thank
hey,
you.
Next week we have a huge lineup. 12:30 to 1:30 Central Standard Time. See you then. Bye.